Ooh. Back at St. Francis. Figure I could just dip in and shoot a quick video, head back down on my way. You know, and all this time I'm giving all the consideration in my life, in the world, to knowing how I got to this place in life, in my life, you know what I'm saying? How, you know, and it just so happens that a lot of people's lives coincide with it. And, you know, how did we get here when we've strayed so far from our earliest memories, you know what I'm saying? Our most fondest memories in life. We've strayed so far from it, and we forget what it is to be a child. We're so detached from it that there are adults that find children disgusting. They grow up to find children disgusting. And this is a mind-blowing consideration. You know what I mean? But, you know, how did we get here? And there'll be plenty, and there has been, to ask, you know, what made you join a gang? You know what I mean? What made you become a gang member? Where I come from, that's all there is. When I was born and raised, that's all there was with it right there. You know what I mean? That's all I knew was the gang. It was both right and wrong. You understand what I'm saying? And so, there's hair right here. I don't know if it's messing up the audibles, but it feels good. But it was an everyday part of life. You know what I mean? Like, when you're a child, you're blinded to the ways of mankind. We don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? And we make the best, just like everyone else, of any given situation. You know what I'm saying? But it still stands to reason, you know, were we not beset on all sides by these obstacles in life, would we have been more productive, or could we have been different people? And the obvious answer is yes. I mean, there's the obvious answer is yes. You know what I mean? So that's what, you know, what must be understood about it. I mean, that's not the case with everyone. You know what I mean? When you're talking about gangs and what gets people involved in it or whatever, like, I can remember being young, aspiring to it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, as a kid, when they ask you what you want to grow up, I wanted to be an architect. I used to draw buildings and do blueprints and that as a kid. You know what I mean? I had the all the rulers and stuff. Like, I love drawing buildings. I have a fascination with engineering, and architecture. But apart from that, you know, that dream is squandered or squashed or, you know, washed away by the reality that I'm faced with, right? Like, the neglect, you know what I'm saying, or the lack, you know what I'm saying? It's neglect because there was so much lacking. You know what I mean? Part of it is one parent, part of it's the other parent, part of it's the government, part of the system, part of it's the environment, part of it's everything. You know what I mean? It's not any one person's sole responsibility. And that's why, you know, it's said that, you know, it takes a village to raise a child. So, you know, look at the village that was raising this dumb child. You know what I mean? See, because that's the only way that I could see that it would have been different, to have been born into different circumstances, to have been raised into different circumstances and been nurtured by different circumstances. Because otherwise, when I consider my life, I've had scholarships. I'm not coming out of Edison that I couldn't have went to Brophy or St. Mary's, or I had academic scholarships anywhere in the magnet. But I chose what I did. You know what I mean? I chose where at that point, kids don't supposed to be making those decisions. Parents supposed to tell their kids all that shit. You know what I mean? That's a grown ass decision to be making. You know what I mean? But it's the enabling of the parenting. You know what I mean? That's what happened. That's what went wrong with the whole lot of it. The enabling. But and then the rest is just, like I said, it's the environment and the product of it. Because I recall being a child and how it was, you know what I mean, from grade to grade, the way we were in class, the way we were as kids. I can remember fights that I had with different homies, or different homies had. This is innocent shit. It ain't like, if you feel sour about some shit from when we went to Edison, you got problems, bro. You got to go see some counseling. For real. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. Some of you motherfuckers that been working and been tax-paying, never went to prison ass people, were the ones like, man, I be wondering about you, man. But because, and this is the thing, is where was the nurturing? Look at it. Like, seriously. I was in the first grade, and in first grade, I mastered every instrument in music class except for the piano. Miss Bransma tried to sit me at the piano in first grade and teach me the piano. And those of us that were in band class in 5th grade, me, Chico, Casey, Angie, I think Kim, Kimmy Love, Kimberly Mar, Renee. I think she was the other one in band class, if I remember something correctly. But that was moved up from 7th and 8th grade to 5th grade to accommodate us. That was changed. That was the only place they did that. You know what I mean? But where was, there was the recognition, because I've had teachers tell my mom that you need to get him out of the projects. You know what I mean? You need to get him out of this environment. So it was understood then, but, see, it's the shit that rolls downhill. You know what I mean? And that's not what I'm trying to do with any of it. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to bring to light, root causes of things. You know what I mean? Because I'm a product of it, man. I'm fruit on that tree. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it behooves us all to understand this and to be honest with ourselves about it, because everybody I know make believe about where we come from, man. And you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how, like, not until I start pointing things out that 99% of the hood didn't even know none of it. But I've always known that there's only 1% of us that are causing all the ruckus. There's only one rotten apple in the fucking bunch, dude. You know what I mean? But, and then the nature of the environment, like I say, competitive, like ultra competitive in the projects. Everybody know, all of us knew that, dude. We was all the best at everything. We was all Jordan and Pippins and everybody, bro. We was there, bro. We was bad with our competition. Homies a fight. Come on, dog. You know what I mean? So now, like, why do we hate? Like, why? If we're alive today, bro, like, anything that been done can be repaid, right? Like, if it's somebody stole something from you, or it was some bloodshed or whatever, that can all be repaid, literally. You know what I mean? You stick a needle in a motherfucker's arm, draw out the blood. You know what I'm saying? Punch him in his eye, whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to come to death, but we don't have to die over anything. We don't have to kill ourselves to be seen and to prove our worth, when especially what we're hell-bent on proving is the destruction of ourselves. We're not doing it to better ourselves. We're doing it to show that we're fucked up people. Look what I can do. Oh, you kill one, I'm gonna kill two. You kill two, I'm gonna kill 10. What the fuck, dog? Like, and this was me. Like, I'm that child. I'm the brainchild behind all this shit. Understand? I composed ideas that motherfuckers run with, dude. That's why Department of Homeland Security put me under investigation for co-author of a how-to. You get it? Co-author of a how-to, lone gunman. You know, but still, that being said about it, it's still a decision. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to tell those little homies that don't know no better, don't have no parents to tell them any better, that you're better than that, dog. You don't have to. Matter of fact, you want to prove something to any of the OGs, any of the big homies, anybody that's got reputations, man, show us that right now at this point that, you know what, man, fuck it, I'm going to drop this shit. I'm going to school, dude. I'm going to get my diploma. I'm going to go show the homies. I'm going to go show the big homies my diploma, dog. I promise you, you walk away and you pull up on the homies, pull up on the big homies with the diplomas and shit, man, they gonna break bread. They gonna dig in their pockets, ASAP rock. You disappear on them and you come back, hey homie, I went and got my diploma. I promise you, any homie that's doing good, you pop up on them like that, showing yourself like that, man, they gonna bless you, bro. You know what I mean? But you had to aspire to that, bro. You had to know that there's another way, bro, that reputation and that name that